Hi, it's Vic. Welcome back to my channel. I have a really cute whimsical card for you today. So to start with, I've die cut a piece of white card and I've used the Sunny Studio Stamps Freddie Frames die, and I've also die cut some grass and I'm using this as a stencil. And I'm just using some Twisted Citron Distress Oxide ink, and I'm just going to be blending the ink over the card to make a grass scene. And I'm going in with this ink quite gently, and then I'm adding a little bit more pressure as I get towards the top of the grass. And once this is done, I'm going to remove the stencil and then I'm going to add a little bit more ink and blend from the bottom of the card upwards just to make it blend nicely together. And once this is done, I'm going to go in with another distress ink. I'm going to use Lucky Clover and it's a little bit darker. So I'm just going to gently add some ink to this on top of the stencil, and I'm just going to sponge some on very carefully just to add a little bit of texture. And I'm just tapping the sponge onto the card just very gently because I don't want it to smudge together. And then once the grass is complete, I'm going to start on the sky background. So I've got a sky stencil here and I'm just using some distress ink in Tumbled Glass, and I'm just gently going over the stencil with the ink to make some cloud backgrounds. And each time I do this, I turn the stencil and use the other side just to give it a bit more texture. And I'm gently blending the ink up a little bit more further than normal just to blend it all together nicely. And I love to use stencils on my cards, especially with distress ink. It makes it so fun and I think they make the cards look really, really pretty. So now I'm just finishing up the ink blending on the clouds. And once the clouds are all done, I'm then going to go and use my stencil that I made with the die cut grass, and I'm going to flip this over and then I'm going to gently add some more tumbled glass over the grass stencil to blend the sky together with the grass. And once your background's all complete, I'm going to go ahead and start on the colouring. And for the card today, I've used some Magengo stamps. And these Magengo stamps are part of the spring release. So I've used Awesome Day, and then the flower mushroom is from the Snail mail stamp set. So we're going to go on to the colouring now, and I'm going to play some music, but all the Copics that I've used for this will be listed below in the description box.
It's so much harder now to reach you. Your heart is floating in the sky. We known each other for so long. We know our love like an old song. Sing along one more time. It's so much harder now to please you.
Okay, so once the colouring's all complete, I've gone ahead and fussy cut the images out, and I'm just adhering this to my card, and I've used Papermilldirect Smooth Lilac. And once I've done that, I'm then going to go ahead and put all my coloured in images onto my card, and I'm going to be using some double-sided tape. And then for the ducks I'm using some foam tape, and for the mushrooms I've just used some PVA glue. And then once the mushrooms are adhered down, I'm going to go ahead and then move on to the butterfly and dragonfly, and I've just added some foam tape to adhere these down to the card. And now I'm going to move on to the sentiment. So I'm using the Hello Bluebird, Thank You for Being a Friend sentiment, and I'm going to use my Versamark ink to heat emboss this onto some purple card. And this card is the Violet Plain card from Papermilldirect. It's a really nice pretty purple colour. And now I'm just adding some white embossing powder, and then I'm going to go ahead and heat set this with my heat gun. And once that's done, I'm just going to trim my sentiment down so it's quite small. And I've got a viscous paper trimmer, which are just brilliant. So now that's done, I'm going to add some foam tape and adhere my sentiment onto the middle of my card. And if you haven't checked out Magengo, I'll leave her shop linked down below. She does the most cutest images, and they really do brighten up any card. And there we go, the card's all complete. I'm really happy with how it turns out, and I just love those images. They're so sweet, and they were so much fun to colour. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, bye.